Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Schmid-Carter. I am the College Access Coordinator at Central Carolina Community College, and today I'd like to take just a few minutes to talk to you about the Central Carolina Promise K14 program. We will run through a lot of that information by starting on our website. So if you will open up your favorite browser and go to www.cccc.edu/promise. Pretty straightforward. It will bring you here to our Central Carolina Promise website. And this website may change from time to time just as we update different policies for the program and different information for each year's graduates. But for the most part, what's here is what you will see. So just to go over real quickly the eligibility requirements, students do need to be residents of either Chatham, Harnett, or Lee County in order to qualify. They must complete either 4 classes or 12 credit hours of college credit during high school. They must graduate from a public high school, private high school, charter school, or homeschool program locally, and then enroll at CCCC, and they must complete their FAFSA, which is part of this enrollment checklist. So I'm going to slide over and talk about that a little bit. You will see here, it looks like several items. It looks like a lot of information, but really almost all of it is stuff that you would be doing if you were applying to come to CCCC anyway. So it should be fairly straightforward. What I really want to focus in on today is your interest form. And again, what you see when you're on our website may change just a little bit, but this interest form will be step 1. That is the most important thing. And as we go through it together, we're going to touch on all of these other points and different documents that need to be submitted. So if I switch over to the 2022 high school graduates form, you'll see the information here about the program. It's got our email address shown, and it has our phone number as well. If you're someone that is a 2020 or 2021 high school graduate, you will still have eligibility to join the program through the spring of 22 at a minimum, but we do have a different form for each graduating cohort. So you'd go back to our website and click on the correct graduation year. You'll see the video here that we're recording now for some extra information. And then if you go ahead and click next, we're going to just sort of walk through the form. So this should be fairly straightforward. The application information, your name, your date of birth, that kind of thing. These are all things that you're going to type in. So we're going to do some sort of sample stuff. Let's say that my name is Mary and test. We're going to say that my date of birth 1/26/1/22/2000, for example. You will need to put in your CCCC student ID number if you know it. This is a 7-digit number that CCCC assigned to you. It is not the same as your PowerSchool ID number from your high school, so just keep that in mind. This is not required, so if you don't know it, you can go right ahead and skip it. You're also going to put in a preferred phone number here. Please use something that you know that you'll be able to be reachable, even if it's, mom or dad's phone number. We just want to have a way to reach you if needed. You're also going to go ahead and put in a preferred email address, another way that you can be reached. If you have a personal email address that is not your high school email, we would prefer that. A lot of times our emails here at the college do get blocked by the school systems, and they do not always go through to your student email account with your high school. So you can just put in whatever your personal email would be, any way that we can reach you. You're also going to select the county of your high school. So let's say, for example, that I am a Chatham County student, and let's pretend for the moment that I attend Northwood High School. So you will see there is a pretty big list here of most of the high schools that we work with. If you don't see yours, just go ahead and click other high school. That is not a problem whatsoever. For the purposes of today, we're just going to use Northwood as our example. And then your graduation year. So if you're someone that does graduate mid-year, if you're a December or January graduate, we know that we have some of those, but go ahead and please use like the June date of that year as your cohort. So most of our students that will be filling out this form in the near future probably are seniors right now. And so 2022 will be their graduation year. So that should be pretty straightforward. Just your name, basic demographic information, and then we're going to click next. So Next up is the county of residence information. We do only work with students, again, that reside in Chatham, Harnett, or Lee County, so this is important. You're going to go ahead and indicate your county of residence. Hopefully it's one of those three. If not, you can click here and type in something else. But since I am a pretend student at Northwood High School today, I am a Chatham County resident. Also, please note, we're going to double check your home address that's on file here at the college. So if for some reason that information has changed for you recently, please send an email to our admissions account, send it from your Cougar Mail, your college email account, and include your new address, and they should be able to update that for you. So on to the next page. Now the scholarship information, this is step 2 on the website. If you're looking back at the cccc.edu/promise, step number 2 is your scholarship application. So K14 is a last dollar program, and we do require that students apply for other funding before we issue any dollars through the K14 program. So you will have to submit an application, a letter of recommendation, and a brief essay. So for each of these steps, you're going to click either yes, I've already done this, or no, I have not done it yet, but I will do it. And you'll see that each one will have a priority deadline. This deadline is flexible, it's not hard and fast, but we do recommend that you stick by those deadlines as much as possible to make sure that you have everything in place before classes start in August. So the website is here. You would click on that, and there's a form that you'll fill out. There's also a letter of recommendation that should be emailed to this foundation scholarship at cccc.edu address. So whether you've done it or not, go ahead, click yes or no. You will get a copy of these responses. So for anything that you say, no, I have not done that yet, you will have a link there that you can click on. You'll get that response in your email, and you can go ahead and complete each item. So after the scholarship information comes our financial aid information. Again, all students must submit a FAFSA. Even if you know for a fact that you will not qualify for Pell funds, we still need you to go through the process of applying. And if you get turned down, that is obviously when we can step in with those K14 funds for you for your tuition and fees. So same thing as the scholarship application. Yes, I've already done it. No, I have not done it, but I will do it by this priority date. And then a lot of times we have students that do require additional documentation from our financial aid office. So just be aware that it's not as simple as just submitting the FAFSA. Sometimes there are some follow-up steps. So for each of those, you'll click yes or no. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and click no so that I get the form with all my responses and I know how to submit each next piece. So FAFSA is really a two-parter. It's initially submitting the FAFSA and then making sure to follow up to see if there's any additional documentation required. Up next is all our admissions information for you. Most students that are applying for the program are already in the system at CCCC because they have taken career and college promise classes as high school students. However, when you graduate high school, your account is essentially deactivated as a career and college promise student, and then we need to reactivate the account to treat you as a traditional college student, not affiliated with your high school. So you do need to reapply to CCCC as you make that transition from a high school student to a full-time college student. So step 1, you will complete the CCCC admissions application. This is available online. We can send you a paper copy if needed, or you can come by and fill one out. But for the most part, CFNC is the quickest and easiest way to submit your application. And the priority deadline, please don't wait until July 22nd. If you can get this done sooner, that would be great. But we would really like to have it in by then because it gives us a couple weeks to get it processed before classes start. You do need your new admissions application before you can register for classes. So the sooner you reapply, the sooner you can get registered, which is very, very important. You also need to complete your North Carolina residency determination. This will actually probably take place as part of your admissions application. And this is what will determine whether you'll be charged at the in-state or out-of-state tuition rate. This does not go through CCCC. We unfortunately do not have a way to control this or change it or make corrections. So everything will be done through this ncresidency.org website. And if you have questions or you're not happy with your determination in state or out of state, you would need to go back and complete an appeal or contact that residency determination service. So that is also required. You will not be able to register for any classes until we have your tuition rate set. So know that that's a really important step. This last little piece on this page is something that will be done much later in the process, because you do have to graduate from high school before you can send a final high school transcript. So if you're filling out this form right now and it's still the fall and you're still enrolled in your senior year classes, you are welcome to send us a transcript, but it will be considered unofficial until we have your graduation date on it. So for the most part, we are looking for these final high school transcripts probably mid to late June, after you have graduated, your high school has processed everything and put that final stamp of approval on it. So do know that you'll need to request that later in time. So for the most part, we're probably saying, no, I have not sent my transcripts yet, but I will do that. Moving on, we are asking students to verify that they have completed those 12 hours or 4 courses of college credit as a high school student. For the most part, our students take these classes through the Career and College Promise program, which again is not the same as not the same as Central Carolina Promise. Career and College Promise usually takes place during high school. However, we also will accept AP, IB, CLEP credit, any other college credit that you earn during high school, but we do need to get that credit on record with the records office here at CCCC. So if you took AP exams, you need to make sure that those scores are sent over to our records office in order for that to count for your eligibility for the program. So here you're going to either say, yes, I've already completed these credits, or I'm on track to complete them, or no, I have not completed them yet, but I will see the CCP advisor at my high school to see if I can get it worked out. So if you don't know who the CCP advisor is, you can click on this link and it will take you to our website and you can see the list of contacts. You also can always email that Promise K14 at cccc.edu if you don't know how to figure out who your advisor is, and we will help you get that information. That's not a problem. But we do want to verify that you have those 12 hours or 4 courses of college credit as a high school student. So priority deadline information, this just reviews again what we're looking for students. A lot of our stuff we're hoping to have in place by July 1st. Some of the follow-up items we are hoping to have in place by July 22nd. And if you meet both of these deadlines and you have everything turned in on time, we will be conducting a drawing for a bookstore gift card. So remember that the Central Carolina Promise K14 program does not provide coverage for textbooks or other supplemental materials. So this bookstore gift card is a great way to get a little bit of extra money towards that cost for you. If you miss the priority deadlines, you can certainly still be part of the program. Just know that it may affect the timeline for you to be fully approved for the program. So if you have everything in place and you meet these deadlines, we guarantee that we will have everything ready to go for you so that you do not have any cost worries come August. If these deadlines are not quite made, we can still have you be part of the program, but it may be a situation where you would be paying upfront and then being reimbursed once everything is finalized. So if you understand this, go ahead and click yes. If you have questions, we are happy to reach out and explain this to you in a little bit more detail as needed. So you can always go ahead and click no, please have somebody reach out and kind of walk me through this. That's not a problem. Okay, so the very last page here, it says once you submit the form, please make sure you keep an eye on your email. So again, we asked for that email at the beginning. Please make sure that's an email account that you will check, because we will send you lots of follow-up communication with reminders, nudges, letting you know what else we still need if you're missing anything. So the very last piece that you're going to do is sign your form, just to type it in. You're basically saying, yes, I understand everything that's needed from me, and yes, I plan to get all of that submitted to be part of the program. So once that's done, you'll submit that. You get, congratulations, we've got your form. You will get a copy of all of your answers. So again, if there are items you've not completed, that email will come to you and you can click through and make sure that you're taking care of those bits and pieces. So as we go back to the website, you'll see again, we went through most of this. The interest form, step number 1, that's the most important thing. We talked about the scholarship application. We talked about the FAFSA. We talked about residency determination and admissions application. All of that is there. It's all pulled together, and your final high school transcript. So everything that's here is also part of that interest form. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have any additional questions about the form or about the program, my contact information is here at the bottom of the page. Again, our website is promisek14@cccc.edu. You can call this number. This is my office phone number, 919-718-7542. And again, my name is Mary Schmid Carter, and I'm the College Access Coordinator. So I am your go-to for any questions whatsoever about the Central Carolina Promise K14 program. We are really excited to have you be part of the program this fall. We are here to help, and just let us know if there's anything that you need. Thank you.